examination of the members belong of Assam Account Service, Assam Audit Service, and Assam Treasury service personnel for the post of total number of 12 engineer grade 2 cadre of the Assam Finance Service in accordance with the Assam Finance Service Rules 2019 as amended till 2024. Name of the post AFS Junior Grade 2 F&AO / TO under Finance Establishment B Department Assam. The online application will start from of January 2026 and date is 5th of February 2026. The last date for submission of fees 10th of February 2026. Reservation for the open category total 9, for OBC and OBC nil, for SC nil, for ST plain 2, and for ST hills 1. So grand total 12 posts. Post reserve categories for Assam Account Service there are 5 posts, Assam Local Fund Audit Service 5 posts, and Assam Treasury Service 2 posts. Criteria: an accounts officer, deputy accounts officer of the Assam Account Service, an audit officer of Assam Local Fund Audit Service, and a member of the Assam Treasury Service, superintendent or the accountant or senior accounts assistant. These are eligible to appear in the examination if he or she has not crossed the age of 50 years. As on 1st January 2025, of a recognized university and has rendered at least 5 years accounts officer, his experience of his service as accounts officer and deputy accounts officer, and in case of deputy accounts officer, audit officer and treasury superintendent, chief treasury accountant, and senior treasury accountant in treasury establishment. 5 years tenure of service shall be the service tenure against the concerned post of service. The educational qualification. The minimum qualification required: graduate from a recognized university by the government, and all applicants must fulfill the essential requirement of the post. The application fees for general candidates total amount rupees 297.2, for OBC and OBC 197.2, for SC ST candidate 47.2, and for the SC ST or OBC candidate you claiming for the reservation, you have to upload certificate in support of your claim from competent authority of the state of Assam. The certificate must be obtained within the closing date of online application, and no claim in this regard will be entertained afterwards. How to apply for this post? You have to go through the APSC's recruitment website because no other means of application will be accepted, and the applicants have to register first. Documents or the certificate to be produced at later stage: the hard copy of the online application and the following certificates along with self-attested copies of documents and intimation letter or the admit card to be produced at later stage during the document verification. Failing, which the candidature of the candidate is liable to cancellation. So, the documents to be produced at the time of document verification are the matriculation or the 10th standard or the HSLC admit card or the pass certificate issued by Central State Board clearly indicating date of birth in support of the Number 2 is certificates and mark sheet of all examination from HSLC onwards up to the level examination. Number 3, graduation degree certificate along with mark sheet pertaining to all the academic years as proof of educational qualification claim. Number 4, experience certificate whenever specifically mentioned in the advertisement. Number 5, caste certificate in Assam government formed by candidate seeking reservation as SC, ST, OBC, and OBC. And number 6, document support for any other claims. The rules and syllabus relating to the subject for departmental examination for recruitment to the cadre of Assam Finance Service Junior Grade 2. The subjects paper 1 general accounts with books means general ledger, journal or the cash book. These are the time for this paper is 3 hours and maximum marks is 150 and passing marks is 70. For paper 2, fundamental rules and subsidiary rules, financial rules and treasury rules. These are without books. Time 3 hours. Marks is also 150 and passing marks is 70. The paper Charters Advanced Accounts, 4th edition, reprint 1955 or latest. These are without books. Time 3 hours and maximum marks is 150 and minimum passing marks is 70. And paper 4, Constitution of India and Public Finance. These are without books. Time 3 hours, maximum marks 150 and minimum passing marks is 70. Syllabus for examination will be as follows. Paper 1. Number 1, Paper 1 General Account is with books. Group 1 Accounts Code Volume 1 and 2 complete. Next is Assam Budget Manual Audit Code Section 3, 4 and 5. Group 2 Accounts Code Volume 3 Central Public Works Department, Assam Public Works Department Code, and Assam Financial Rules 11, 12 and 13. For the paper 2, fundamental rules and subsidiary rules, financial rules and treasury rules, these are without books. Group 1, fundamental rules and Assam subsidiary rules complete. And the civil service classification, control and appeal rules and Assam were complete. Group 2, Assam financial rules complete excluding chapter 11, 12 and 13 and treasury rules subsidiary orders framed thereunder. For bookkeeping charters advanced accounts 4th edition, reprint 1955 or latest without books. Chapter 1 bookkeeping up to trial balance. Chapter 2 trading and profit and loss accounts and balance sheet. Chapter 3 the correction of errors. Chapter 4 single entry and conversion to double entry. Chapter 4 depreciation, sinking funds, etc. Chapter 6 bill of exchange, promissory notes, checks. Chapter 9 self-balancing ledger. Chapter 10 capital and revenue accounts, receipt and payment accounts, income and expenditure accounts. Chapter 12 partnership accounts. Chapter 13 dissolution of partnership. Chapter 16 without books. Group 1 Constitution of India Part 12 Finance Property Contract. Part 13 Trade, Commerce and Intercourse within Territory of India. Commentary on the Constitution of India by Durga Das Basu, 2 volumes, recommended as the authoritative reference work. Group 2 Public Finance, distinction between public finance and private finance. Aims of public finance, the principles of minimum expenditure, the principle of maximum advantage, and the principle of full employment. Source of public revenue, tax revenue and non-tax revenue, tax fee, price, and special assessment. Number 3, principles of taxation. Adam Smith's canon of taxation, benefit theory, cost of service principle, and the ability to pay theory, interpretation of ability on the lines of sacrifice, the principle of equality of sacrifice, and the principle of the least aggregate sacrifice. Number 4, classification of taxes. Number A, direct versus indirect tax. Number B, proportional, progressive, regressive, and regressive taxes. Number C, taxes on income versus taxes on capital. Number D, excise and tariff duties, revenues, tariffs, and protective tariff. Number E, single tax, multiple tax, and plural tax, pros and cons of each mode of taxation. Number 5, taxable capacity, factors of determinants. Number 6, incidence of taxation, impact, incidence, and shifting. General principles governing the incidence of particular tax on economic rent. Number B, tax on land. Number C, tax on building. Number D, tax on monopoly. Number E, income tax. Number F, import and export duties, capitalization and amortization of tax. Number 7, effects of taxation on production, effects on the ability to work and save, effect on the desire to work and save, and effects on the distribution of economic resources between different employments and localities, with particular reference to income tax, debt duty or estate duty or inheritance tax, taxation of unearned increment, and the capital gains tax. General effects of taxation on distribution of wealth. Number 8, public expenditure. Classification of public expenditure. Number A, union or central expenditure, state or provincial expenditure, and local expenditure. Number B, productive versus unproductive expenditure. Number C, versus. Number D, rural expenditure versus transfer expenditure. Effect of public expenditure on production, distribution, and employment of resources. Public debts. Classification of public debts. Number A, deadweight debts, passive debts, and active debts. Funded and unfunded debts. Internal debts and external debt. Occasions for public borrowings, loans versus taxes as method of war finance. Burden of public debts, economic effects of public debts, effects on money supply, effects on price level, effects on the rate of interest, effects on the allocation of resources, and on the income sharing. Methods of debts repayment, sinking fund, conversion of debt, and of capital levy. Number 10, budget. Balancing the budget, balanced budget, surplus budget, and deficit budget. Deficit financing, pros and cons. Number 11, Indian financial system. Principle of distribution of of sources of revenue between the union and the state economy. Income tax, estate duty, wealth tax, expenditure tax, capital gains tax, sales tax, etc. for Indian tax reform. Principle of public finance by Hux Dalton is recommended as a standard work on the subject, and the place of examination is will be held at Guwahati. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed.